So the next step here is going to be to take this and rotate it. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and rotate this geometry. And now we can do an angle. So let's go here to degrees and let's copy over that same slider. And there we have, we can create a double-sided tower that is rotated 180 degrees. So that's a pretty cool design. But what we want is to be able to not just do 2, we want to be able to do 3, 4, or 5. So instead of doing just one slider, we want to do a series. So what a series will do is it'll give us the ability to create more than one number here, and that's what we want. We want to create 3, 4, or 5 towers. So to do that, we're going to start with 0. That's going to be fine because that's what we can start with. Step is going to be the angle. So if we do 300, so the total of a circle is 360. So I'm going to go here to a panel and go to 360. And if we divide 360 by any number, that'll give us the angle that we can rotate around. So 360 divided, so let's go do a division. And we can do 1 ... to let's say 8 or to 10. We want to make sure to start at 1 because we already have an angle here, and we can go to, let's go to 3, and there we have an angle of 120. So we're gonna step over 120, and how many we're gonna create? We're gonna create the same amount as the steps or as the divisions. So that's how straightforward it can be. Now if you want to create more subdivisions, you can create a different slider, but for now let's keep it like that, like this, and I'll show you what it does when you use a different slider. So now we can plug this right into here, and there we have 3 exact copies, and we can hide that original one, and there we have 3 exact copies of that tower that we can now go 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 10 if that's what we were trying to do. So let's go here to 2, 3, and as you can see, that creates 3 that are rotated around 120. But if I go here and I change that slider count to 3, it just makes them right on top of the other. So make sure to just keep it here, and depending on how many divisions. Now as you can see, let's actually make a copy of this and say tower numbers. So here we have that, and we can always come back here and say the base circle, I want it to be bigger or smaller. We can always come here and tell the tower to be bigger or smaller depending on this slider. We can decrease the height or we can increase it. So let's actually go to a higher number here, so we have a better idea of what it looks like when it's a little bit of a taller tower. Let's go to 130, and so there we have the towers that we're looking to develop. We have the forms here, and we can adjust the number of them, we can adjust the size of them, and we can adjust also the height. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hide most of the stuff back here. So I'm going to select everything, just spacebar, and then hide the preview, and that way I just have the towers that I'm looking at. And then I will actually close them together. So let's cap holes. That way they are solid B-reps, and B-reps are just kind of poly surfaces that are brought into Grasshopper. So we can take that and we can go to Union, Solid Union, and we can plug that there, right click and flatten. That way we make sure that everything is joined together. And as you can see, we can create some cool intersecting areas that we can adjust here with the, see, make it clip a little bit but not all the way, and then it could even have an elevator shaft or something like that. So that's why we want to do a Boolean union, just so we can have the floors even together, and make it even easier to develop.